Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another brand new episode of the Collider Games podcast. My name's Dennis Zen.
Tony Revis in the house.
Yeah, and we got Caboose. How you doing, Caboose?
Yeah. Doing good. You're going to hopefully see me. Are we doing the podcast live when I'm there next week?
Yeah.
We're going to film. We're going to do a lot of stuff next week. It's going to be a big week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm excited to be here today.
Yeah, and you're flying now tomorrow? Is that right?
Yes,
tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning.
Okay, so you still get to watch the Raptors tonight then.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, and I've already got something organized for Monday for Game 5.
Well,
Don't worry about it.
Are they up? They're up 2-1, right?
Up 2-1.
They're up 2-1. So let's
and
go
they have
Raptors.
home court. And they have home court.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tonight they're still in Oakland, but Monday they'll be on home court. So if they win tonight,
chance to clinch it at home.
If they win tonight, they have a chance to win at home. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, just the thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're flying in tomorrow. I mean, E3 technically starts on Tuesday, but we have EA Play tomorrow, which we're going to go and cover, and we're super excited, and we're going to be mainly excited for the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
That's the only thing to really be excited about.
We're going to be at the Microsoft and the Bethesda conference on Sunday. I think you have a bunch of Xbox stuff on Monday, plus there's like Square Enix and Ubisoft.
Yep.
As well.
I'm actually I forgot to let Dorian know. Like I'm good to go for Square Enix as well.
Okay.
You guys are
cool.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, the conference actually starts, which we'll cover, and we have some appointments to check out some cool games here and there, and get some hands on with certain games. A lot of them are like very secret, like from this publisher. Unannounced or untitled, whatever, and you can kind of guess what it is, but you're not absolutely sure. Which actually, there is one that we thought was going to be shown there that was not. That we'll talk about later. But let's talk about it. E3 2019. What are the? I mean, I listed these games, these big games, in a poll. Actually, I should bring up that poll and take a look. But I listed off Marvel's Avengers, which, the title got announced in a little bit of details, but we still haven't seen any gameplay footage.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite, we haven't seen any gameplay footage, but we saw that kind of teaser last year. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, we got that kind of cinematic trailer. They showed like a 2-second gameplay trailer today. It's going to be revealed tomorrow at 9:30. Cyberpunk 2077. No playable demo, but they will be there.
Which is weird, because they gave us like 40 minutes of gameplay last year. So it's like, what else is...
They don't want people to touch it, man.
It might just be one of those games that, they just don't want people to play it, and they're just going to show it to us, and when it's time to reveal or release the game, they'll release it.
Yeah. So let's start off. I mean, out of these four, which one are you guys most looking forward to? Caboose, let's start with you.
I think it's pretty obvious pick. So I might as well go ahead and say it. Clearly, it's gonna be the random indie game that no one knows about. No, I'm kidding. Of course, Marvel's Avengers. I am just super excited about this thing. All the kind of small leaked details supposedly about the game get me extremely, extremely hyped, because essentially what this sounds like, and I made this comparison, but some people take it the wrong way when I say that this can be kind of Marvel's Destiny, and I don't mean that in the sense that it's going to be exactly like Destiny, but in the way that Destiny is this ever-expanding game that has a 10-year plan with new expansions and DLCs coming to it. Some people have their own opinion about Destiny, but if you apply that kind of business model to this game, that has me hyped. A lot of people hear the term games as a service and think it's very bad, and I can understand where some people come from. But for me, all I'm thinking of is running in with 3 of my buddies into a raid where we're facing off against Thanos or something crazy like that. Yeah. And then a year from now, there's an X-Men expansion or a Fantastic Four expansion, and we go to different planets or something. Maybe I'm thinking way too highly of the game. We'll see what it. I don't want to raise my expectations.
Get me all hyped up.
Yeah. I don't want to really raise my expectations, but it just sounds like this is going to be an extremely ambitious game, and if it ends up meeting the expectations that I have, guaranteed could be one of the best superhero games of all time. So we'll see. We will see. I don't want to get too overly hyped.
Yeah, you don't sound hyped at all. You don't sound.
No, not at all.
You don't have
Not
any expectation. You don't have no expectations.
That's okay. That's all right.
But everything that they've been mentioning, everything that's been slowly kind of slipping through the cracks about this game sounds really promising to me. So I cannot wait to see what's in store there. But a big runner-up for sure is Halo Infinite. Mm-hmm. I'm very intrigued to see what 343 is going to do here. They are 0 for 2 handling the Halo franchise. They've done right by the fans with the Master Chief Collection and a lot of the fixes that they've added to that game, adding stuff like Halo Reach and all the original games inevitably to PC. That's a big move. Mm-hmm. So if they can do right by fans here with Halo Infinite and bring us a brand new Halo game that everyone in this community will love, and we're right back on track with those Xbox exclusives, because this will be huge. Halo Infinite will be a console seller for sure. And I'm assuming that it is going to come to next gen as well. So I can't wait to see how the performance of that game is going to end up being. But yeah, that's my runner-up, whereas Marvel's Avengers easily is my most anticipated for E3.
Tony?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the same. It's got to be Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah.
When I came on here and threatened Square Enix if they didn't bring it to E3. So obviously, that's going to be my choice.
They listed. They're like, oh my God, Tony's threatening us.
Yeah. He said he's going to burn us to the ground. So obviously I'm excited about that, but it's because, with Cyberpunk, we saw a lot of it last year. Fallen Order, we're kind of getting we saw that at Star Wars Celebration, and Marvel Avengers there's still the most kind of up in the air. Yeah. So, with Halo Infinite, obviously, we have a big franchise that it's following up, but obviously I think hopefully this is kind of a step in the right direction, like what Caboose said with their last two swing and a misses. But with Marvel Avengers, we still don't know what it is. And just that property alone is going to bring the hype. So I'm most intrigued to see what it is, and hopefully it's something that I can be on board with, and I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt anyways, just because of the property. But I do have high hopes for it to be something that I'm going to love and want to play hours and hours and hours of. So the hype train's going to keep on rolling until that Square Enix conference, and I have a feeling that they're going to come out swinging. Their conference last year was just a waste of time.
It was
nothing for us. The only thing that was like major was like Kingdom Hearts 3, but that was at literally everyone's conference. So it was like, what was the point? So I think they're going to come out and start their conference with Avengers. And then maybe end it with a surprise if they're going to give us a surprise, like a Final Fantasy title or something. But I'm really excited for Avengers to see what it is.
Okay, so I put out a poll on this, by means anything scientific, because it's only on my Twitter feed.
This is the facts right here.
It's the be-all, end-all right
here. So
I
put, Marvel's Avengers. I put a poll out. What game are you looking most forward to?
I voted in this poll.
I can tell. Marvel's Avengers, Star Wars Fallen Order, Cyberpunk 2077, and Halo Infinite. So this is a total of about 1,300 votes. Marvel Avengers, 48%. Star Wars Fallen Order, 27%. Cyberpunk, 2077, 17%. Halo Infinite, 8%. Like I said, this is not a scientific poll. This is skewed towards my followers, which would be... Makes sense, would be more into
superheroes and Star Wars.
Exactly. So, not scientific at all. I'm going to say... So, out of all the these games, if you were to say, like, I got all 4 of these games right here, right now, which one do you want to play? You can take one home. I would pick Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, wow.
But if you're talking about what do I want to learn more about, because Cyberpunk 2077, I already seen 45 minutes of gameplay.
Let's take it there. What if they put you in a room and there's 4 doors? And they're like, all right, you get an exclusive experience on any one of these games. Pick door 1, 2, 3, or 4. What door would you choose?
It's hard. It would actually be between Marvel's Avengers and Star Wars Fallen Order. I mean, Halo Infinite, I love the Halo franchise, but I know what I'm getting with the Halo franchise.
That's how I feel about it too. Like, to answer your question, Tony, I would probably I would be in that flip-flop scenario between Marvel or Star Wars, because if like when I see Halo, like I'll know, okay, I can be prepared for what to expect when I get my hands on it, you know? Whereas like Avengers or Star Wars, like I really want to know what these games are going to play like.
Yeah,
so I agree with Dennis.
But if Avengers is anything like what Caboose is describing, that sounds like great. I'm worried it's going to be like like Marvel Alliance with better graphics or something. Not that there's anything wrong with Marvel. Not that there's anything wrong with Marvel Alliance. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because I'm excited for that game too.
Like if Marvel's Avengers is like Mass Effect or Dragon Age, like that style with obviously different fighing mechanics,
skill trees, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and
Then I'm
telling you, there will be that stuff.
I maybe changed my mind, but this has not come out yet. So, and then Star Wars Fallen Order, if they're gonna give like something similar to that, but it seems like a single player version, maybe
only single player,
huh?
Only single player.
Like maybe it is closer to Uncharted or whatever. Yeah. What was the stuff that we were reading? You were telling me about.
Yeah. So some people have gotten to see it as they get ready for EA Play, and they're obviously not allowed to talk about it yet. But they've kind of alluded to certain things where they were saying like the combat and everything is not what you would initially expect. Mm-hmm. It's not combat based in like combos and stuff like that.
It's not like Assassin's Creed.
So it's not going to be like that, or it's not going to be like an Arkham kind of like just button mash kind of thing.
Okay.
So, but people are really intrigued that have seen it and are really, really interested and excited. And they didn't say what games, but there was 2 games that clearly came to mind on the style of game it was that made people excited. But they didn't say what kind of games those were or what 2 titles they were. But the first reports are kind of, it's not the lightsaber combat is not what you would think of. It's not like the Force Unleashed where you're just kind of mashing and doing whatever. So it's going to be more intricate, and so I don't know.
They do have apparently one of the people who worked on the Arkham games like helping out with the combat of that game. So I'm sure it's probably not going to be like an Arkham game kind of clone,
right?
But I have high hopes for the combat for that reason.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I've talked to like the Rocksteady devs when they explained the idea behind creating the combat in the Arkham games, it started out as almost like you were hitting musical notes, and you were supposed to hit things like you were supposed to hit them in order and hit things correctly, and that was the foundation of how they built the combat in those games. So they're really smart with that stuff. So if you got anyone from that team to be working on Star Wars, you're in good shape. And that little snippet they showed, I get that little Uncharted feel from it. You see him climbing up a wall at one point, and like it immediately reminded me of like an Uncharted game where you'll be doing something similar like that. So I can't wait to see what the gameplay is going to be like for this game, because it sounds like it could be really legit. I hope that whatever we see from E3, I know.
Hours away.
I hope from whatever we see at E3 will finally be the kicker for people to be like, okay, we're not cautiously optimistic anymore. We're not going to say, oh, but it's EA. No, this looks like it's going to be a good game. Hopefully, that's what we get out of E3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got Respawn behind it, who obviously recently did Apex Legends, which is a huge hit. Titanfall 2, which I'm playing through right now, is older game.
Highly underrated campaign.
Yeah, it just seems like it went under the radar. Having a lot of fun with that. So gameplay wise, I can, I'm trusting them. I have faith in them to execute that. So yeah, I mean, Avengers and Fallen Order, it's tough. Yeah, it's tough to choose one. Do you guys have any other games that you're looking forward to that are not one of these big 4?
I'm looking forward to Gears 5. Okay. Like I want to see what
way to go with the indie. Way to go with the indie.
Exactly. I know. Yeah. I think there's going to be some Dying Light 2 stuff there, and I want to see what they got planned for that game. But sorry, Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm just a Nintendo fanboy, so I'm just like excited to see what they got coming, and they've taken
Alliance 3.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. They're taking a really interesting approach the last few weeks they've had these mini directs. So I figured maybe Pokemon was going to be kind of their like tentpole game they were going to talk about at their E3 direct, but they just did one last week. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we got the details we need from that game, which is just pretty much the same as every Pokemon game, but a few new things, but they're not reinventing the wheel. But I'm just glad that now that's kind of out of the way. That gives more room for them to give us more stuff and more surprises, hopefully. And so I guess in the slate that they already have, like I'm excited for, Luigi's Mansion 3 and whatever, but I'm excited to see hopefully something we don't know about yet when it comes to Nintendo. So that's what E3 is about for me, is like the surprises.
Yeah.
Those jump out of my chair hype moments.
Which hopefully we start seeing, this weekend. I mean, even before E3 starts, we got all those other things,
Well, we got Xbox on Sunday, right?
Yeah, and Bethesda.
Yeah.
Which maybe they'll show some Starfield stuff.
I don't think they're
maybe. You know what? So speaking of Bethesda, though, I think Doom Eternal. Yeah. I like looking more into I got to get Doom on my Switch and try that out, because the more people that I talk to who have played the game, they're like, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to try out this game. So now, like, I really want to see what's in store for the second one, because. The praise for the first Doom game is high. Like, a lot of people really love that game. So
and it's interesting to see what Bethesda, what kind of angle they're going to take. Is it going to be kind of like EA last year, where EA was like the loot box apology tour at E3 last year?
Yeah.
So like Bethesda, like when they talk about Fallout 76, like what are they going to act like nothing happened? Are they going to address the disaster it was at launch, or so
are they going to make self-deprecating humor?
Yeah, but here's the thing, like with Starfield, super excited. I've always loved new IP, especially when it comes to with a company that has a great track record. Yeah. So when they announced that, I was like, all right, awesome. More Bethesda. Elder Scrolls 6, awesome. But I've come to realize I'm not going to be excited about anything Bethesda does until they develop a new engine. We need a new engine.
That engine is super old.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that's what we get from Bethesda this year, because I don't know if we're going to get any big Starfield news or Elder Scrolls 6. There's even reports that they're not even going to, not going to show any gameplay or anything like that. They're still ways away, and I'm hoping that's because maybe they're going to show us a new engine this year.
Yeah, well, if they're going to do the new engine, might as well debut it on the new console.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's going to be a very interesting one, because Bethesda came into last year running on a high of
and I thought as the conferences ended, that conference got me the most hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then looking back now, I'm like, ooh, this,
it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough. Because they ran an awesome show.
Yeah, they did.
No doubt about it. They really came out strong, and they showed some cool games, and they gave the fans what they want. Everyone was asking about another Elder Scrolls, and granted, they showed us nothing, but at least they were like, it's happening. Okay, like stop asking us about it. So yeah, that last year's show was great. But since then, it's been not so good.
It's been uphill battle for them, and I feel like Ubisoft is in that space this year, because they've been on a hot streak.
Yeah.
And they have 4 AAA titles coming out by March 2020
that we don't know about.
And we do know 2 of them now. We
do.
They confirmed Watch Dogs.
Okay.
Yep. So that's been confirmed, and then Ghost Recon's the only other one that's been confirmed.
Okay.
Have you guys heard the leaks about Watch Dogs?
Yeah, you can play as every NPC.
Supposedly, you're going to be able to play as literally every single person that you run into and encounter in the game.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me. I don't know how they're going to pull that off, but that's pretty crazy.
And then so they got 2 more mystery games. One we think is Splinter Cell.
Yeah, well, when the whatchamacallit
the game director of Division 2 tweeted it.
Yeah, like
they're like, no,
he's like, I'm gonna go to work on Splinter Cell now.
He's kidding.
Yeah, he's kidding. That was not a joke.
No. So they're in a big position too, where they can have a big conference. Yeah. They can have a big conference and be like, this is what we got coming out. This is boom, surprise, and then hopefully they can.
They made the smart decision. Like, we don't need to do Assassin's Creed every single year.
Yeah.
Let's work on it. Let's have some breathing room. Let's develop it. And there was those rumors of, what is it? The next one will be a Vikings.
Ragnarok.
That'd be pretty
based
cool.
game.
I wonder if we'll get even just like a mention of it. Like, not any gameplay or anything, but if they'll just like announce and maybe like a release window or something, and and confirm that it's like Vikings, like give us a title.
Maybe is that
something.
the 4th game, or would it be?
Well, no, because the fourth game's out by March 2020. That's confirmed, and I'd be shocked if it was Assassin's Creed.
No way.
Like that would be like I'd flip a table. I'd be like, what? Like that would be one of those like hypey 3 moments. But I'd be shocked.
Yeah. I think they want some more time with that. I'm looking forward to The Outer Worlds, which is Obsidian Entertainment.
Oh yeah,
they made Fallout New Vegas, and this is kind of their without the Fallout IP version of that.
Yeah, it feels like that, but just
this is very similar to what happened. Like when we had Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and then all those people left to go work on Titanfall. Yeah. It's a very similar situation.
Sure,
a lot of people who worked on the Fallout games were like, "All right, I'm out of here. Let's make our own game." That's pretty much Fallout, It's got that same vibe to it. So I wonder if these guys are going to be able to make a better Fallout game than the people who made the Fallout game.
And the one reason I'm not haven't been super excited about the Outer Worlds, like I almost forgot about it until you just said it. They debuted the trailer at Game Awards.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was there, and I felt like 5 of the games that debuted that day were all like kind of the same post-apocalyptic setting, it was like Far Cry, New Dawn, and it was I was just like, oh, they're just doing everything. This feels so similar,
I know, like Metro is like that as well. It's I think for me that when they're kind of more shooter-like, I'm not that interested. It's more when it's RPG like, where it's like, okay, because Fallout is not known for its gameplay. Like,
what's that wonderful engine?
They're not known for the combat mechanics. You know what I mean? It's fun playing the games and doing like VATS, and then but there you don't play Fallout and be like, oh man, the action combat is the best combat. No, it's like and so I'm just hoping the Outer Worlds has the atmosphere, the feel, and cool story and branching storylines and whatnot. It's just interesting too because I'm not sure if it is the last game before their this might be their last game that's multi-platform because now Microsoft owns them, so they are working on exclusive stuff just for
which apparently we're going to be getting a lot of from
and who knows, the Outer Worlds, if it's a decent sized hit, Microsoft might want to bring a sequel exclusively to the next gen console. So
that I'd say there's a good chance of that. I mean, Microsoft, they said apparently they're going to showcase like 14 games
first party
or something like that.
14 first party titles, awesome. The most they've ever done. Apparently it's going to be their longest. Usually they run about between 60 and 90 minutes. It's going to be 2 hours.
Oh, man. We're in there for a long haul, man.
We're watching a movie, man. Oh, boy.
But they got a lot to talk about, because if they're going to bring us that many games, but they're also going to talk about next gen, they're also going to talk xCloud. So.
They put on a show, man. I mean, they put on a show. I mean, you go in there, it's like they do like almost like a rock concert style with the lights and the display and the set. It's funny because when you contrast that to like Comic-Con, like Comic-Con is like
people sitting at a desk.
They're sitting at a desk. DC, I remember one year did some cool stuff with like they installed like new like panels around the thing where they like actually put some time and effort into it. But in general, most of those panels are like
just Q&A kind of thing.
Yeah.
But here, you're going to get Phil Spencer coming down from the rafters on wires. And, and light show and all that stuff, which is great. And I'm still holding out. It's a bold prediction I'll make. I think we're going to see Nintendo of America's Doug Bowser show up at that Microsoft conference. That would be so hype. That would be that would be crazy. Crazy.
I'm pretty sure it'll happen. Yeah.
Xbox at the Microsoft conference. Sony and Nintendo come and go. We're all forming together into one.
We've collected all the video game infinity stuff.
Yeah, exactly. To defeat
do a Dragon Ball Z fusion dance.
The fusion dance.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z fusion dance, and they all become one.
They just become one being.
Speaking of next generation, PS5, the PlayStation 5, there's some details coming out. They're going to support 8K graphics.
Yeah.
They're talking about 4K graphics at 120 frames per second.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. I don't care about 8K because
no one has 8K.
That's light years away.
I can't even see that. But if you can run me at high frames, then we're talking.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But they're saying it's unlikely that they're going to hit the actual 120 frames per second. Just because what happens is they can, but what they do is like, well, we want to put more graphical resolution and fidelity into, or details into the game.
It feels weird. It feels like back in the day, like when it was all about the bits. So it was like 16-bit console, and then it was like, oh, Nintendo 64 bits, and it was like, oh, who has the most bits?
Yeah.
And then they're like finding ways to like, well, it's actually a 32-bit console, but we have like other processors in there, so when you add them together, it's 64 bits. Now it's like, I feel like that's kind of what they're doing. Like, oh, we can get 120, but you know, you got to be.
I think the last time bits actually mattered was what, 64? It was like Nintendo 64. It was like 64-bit system, and then after that, no one cared.
Hey, let's stop using polygons. They're like, all right, bits don't matter.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, there's a lot of good details,
and then all the PC Master Race gamers are excited about the ray tracing.
Yeah,
whatever that is.
Yeah,
they could. I mean, the thing is with PCs, depending on...
Yeah, that's the super tech talk that I don't even know about. Like, I just...
I mean, you can basically push your PC to see how it performs. It's just more customizable for the graphics and whatnot. And it's like... That's kind of like, for me, like, at one point I was like... Because I used to play PC games. I was like, let me just play games on consoles. Use my PC for editing.
Yeah.
You know, video editing and whatnot. And, you know, even when we're talking about like the whole VR thing, which you need a lot of processing power now, you know, the Oculus Quest has come out and been very popular. People want those kind of isolated, you know, like I don't want my PC. I don't want to play games on my PC.
Yeah.
Even if it runs better. It just, I don't know.
Yeah, but people live and die by it.
Oh, I know. Because I think they care.
Someone was in the middle of a comment right now before I kind of just diffused it.
Yeah. Well, because they want, you know, the highest resolution. They want the highest frame
frames,
rate.
Yeah.
Frame rate. They want
the
most
detail. It's more
detail.
about frame rate than anything, you know? And I mean that in the sense that I don't want my game to drop frames.
Yeah.
You know, especially, and I noticed this the more that I played Days Gone, that game drops frames a lot. Like, there were a lot of moments where I'm sitting there at like 15 frames per second or something. You know, it was, it's not good. Like, I need to make sure that never happens.
Yeah, I mean, 30 is a minimum, right?
Yeah.
Like 30 frames
30 is a minimum. If you can get to 60, that's great. If you can push it beyond there, then cool. We are smooth sailing.
Yeah.
But what intrigues me the most, what I'm most excited about this new PlayStation, is the SSD. The fact that they're getting an SSD in there.
You've got
it's going to be installed into the console. I don't know if you guys saw the leaked footage when they showed off kind of the test of a normal PlayStation 4 versus the test console with the SSD installed, and they were like playing Spider-Man PS4 and running through the entire city. They were like halfway through running through the whole city on the PlayStation 4, you had to go into a load. On the PlayStation 5 with the SSD, they were moving through the entire city without an issue, no loading time, no problems. It was crazy.
But it was weird because like I don't remember loading during. I feel like they like dumb it down though.
It's more so about like, because the way that they were showing it was if you were essentially like a plane flying through the city, you know,
versus
not Spider-Man.
Right.
You know?
Right. Okay.
So they were showing how quickly everything renders when you're using something like SSD.
Gotcha.
And then I'm assuming as well when you do like a fast travel or something like that, when there will be a moment to initiate a loading screen, you'll be moving in and transitioning into the next area way quicker with that SSD than you would with just the normal PlayStation 4. And that's what I'm most excited about with this new console.
Gone are the days of the Castlevania Symphony of the Night 20-minute death loading screen every time you die. You're like, I don't even want to play anymore.
Right now, the worst culprit of it, and you know, I talked about it earlier, is Destiny. And Destiny has like these hidden loading screens, you know, where they'll have you flying through some stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, something's happening on the screen. There's a lot going on. There's like spaceships flying, but no, that's the loading screen of the game. And man, does it take a while to go from one area to another. And I mean, I get it because there's so many explorable areas that are essentially open world in the game.
Yeah.
But damn, I would love to see a game like Destiny on this new console with that SSD. See how quickly I'm going to be loading into new areas.
Yeah, Mass Effect, like certain levels, you would go in elevators and they would hide the loading in there. When you go to another level, you're like, Why is this elevator taking so long?
Yeah.
Even though it's just one floor down, right? Like,
pushing door close, it won't close.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, SSDs is a big difference. When I installed one on my PC for editing purposes, like your software loads up the boot time of your computer is like
crazy,
infinitely faster than
right. Like, funny enough, my laptop, the one that I mainly use when I travel and stuff, it has a hybrid drive in it, like a solid state hybrid drive, and the boot up time is forever. I didn't realize how bad it was going to be. And just today I paid and got an SSD installed into it, and it boots up in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much of a difference when you see it in action. Like, us just explaining to you doesn't do it justice.
Right.
To see the actual presentation, then you'll get it. You'll get how important this little piece of hardware is for the console.
Yeah. No leaked details so far with the next Xbox. On Sunday, we're gonna hear. I don't know how much we're gonna hear about it, though.
I think we're gonna hear a lot.
Really? Like,
I mean, 2-hour conference. They're gonna. Yeah. I think it's gonna be like.
They're pretty.
Like, we're probably gonna be like, all right, I get it.
No, they're probably gonna be like.
They might show it.
They're probably gonna be like, forget about Xbox One. Everything we're gonna talk about is for the next gen. We wave the white flag on this one.
Yeah.
Here are all the games.
Literally, all
and
they
here's
would
the
have
console.
to do, Phil Spencer would have to come out on stage and just say $399, and we're good to go.
Yeah, like, seriously,
that would be it.
And then there's there's a lot of speculation out there that though there's not going to be any, if we're calling it Scarlet for now, exclusives on that.
Well,
what do you mean?
Like, still working on them.
Like, there's games that are going to come out on next gen will also be on Xbox One.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But that's Microsoft exclusive.
Because they want you to, that's what I mean. But they want you to be able to, again, it's their thing. Whatever they're saying. Play on any system you want. That's their goal.
That's probably what's going to happen with the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 for a little bit. We might have a couple of games still.
There's a lot of cross. Yeah, there's a lot of cross stuff.
Because the PlayStation 4 Pro, the PS4 Pro, and the Xbox One X are still really powerful pieces of hardware that I'm sure could handle a lot of the new games that are coming for the next generation.
I mean, they're in between consoles. They're like mid-generation consoles, right? Because
especially the One X, it's the most powerful console on the market right now.
And it does 4K, which the original one couldn't handle. So, I don't know. And just in general, though, it's nice talking about PS5 details and next Xbox and stuff, but like, it's really about the games because like all that the details and whatnot and the pixel peeping is like, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, so like I remember, like. The Xbox One X is the most powerful console, right? It has, for like Red Dead Redemption 2, it had the best graphics, right? So they did comparison against like PS4 Pro and even the regular Xbox and whatnot. And yes, there is a difference. Yeah. But it's not like, you don't play and go like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is like, you know what I mean?
It's not like when we're playing, N64 and then like the next gen, we're like, what? They're not square and boxy anymore? Like, it's not like that. Yeah.
No. So it's one of those things where, okay, I would guess that the next Xbox and the next the PS5 are going to be comparable when it comes to graphics. I don't think either one is going to.
Which is weird because that's always been the kind of defining factor of the like next gen. Like, that's what we were always kind of excited about, was the upgrading graphics. Yeah. Every generation, and now it's different.
Now we've hit a point where it's like, yes, the graphics are great and having better graphics, but it's
how much better can it get?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's just one of those things where once you get used to it, it's like, okay. Yeah. It comes down to the game, right? I mean.
Sure.
Think about how many damn kids are playing the Minecraft.
Yeah. And then and also like graphics aren't everything, and then sometimes they don't hold up. Like, I'd much rather play many Super Nintendo games than like PlayStation 1 games because they hold up better just like with art style and stuff. So it's just, even though PlayStation 1 is a more powerful machine, it's all about the games,
Yeah, look at Fortnite. Fortnite's not like a super graphical, intense game. People are playing it. You can play it on your phone.
Borderlands, taking a unique art style versus like a super like, oh wow, it looks so real. Like,
so little bit of breaking news because it literally just broke, and I'm seeing this on my timeline from a lot of people right now.
What is it?
So the E3 leaks continue to drop. Okay. It seems like From Software's next game has been leaked. the one that is being created by Hidetaka Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, Game of Thrones.
Yes, we've been rumored for a long.
And it'll be titled Elden Ring. Not sure what it's about. There is an image. Yeah, there is an image that is attached here to this, and it looks like that is what's leaked right now. This is going to be the From Software game that George R.R. Martin was talking about and hinting, or what we had heard rumors about. So, I don't know. That's pretty huge. That's pretty huge. I thought that this was going to be a little, we'd have to be waiting a little more to see this.
Yeah.
But it looks like E3 is when we're going to get this announcement.
That's all good and fine, but is there an easy mode?
Exactly.
I need to know.
That's the question. Oh boy. But I thought I'd break that story. I just saw it all over my timeline. Thought it'd be worth talking about because, that's gonna be pretty big probably.
Yeah, because some people were saying that we wouldn't see anything at E3 from them, and there we go.
I thought we wouldn't.
I wonder where we'll see it. You think we'll see it at Microsoft?
Who knows?
I think anything multi-platform will probably see at Microsoft, especially if they have a 2-hour show planned
and Sony's not skipping. And Sony's not there.
I mean, in your face, Sony, in your face.
Because let's face it. Even last year, Microsoft had the best conference.
Yeah.
Because of all the multi-platform
stuff.
Yes,
and they had to. They had to.
Well, Sony, they were moving their crowd around, so I had to sit around for 20 minutes while they changed setups. I was like, all right. Because they did the Last of Us 2 thing, and then they moved everybody to another place, so it just had some randos talking to me for 20 minutes, trying to vamp, so we're gonna have some more stuff coming. So what what do you think? I was like, all right. Microsoft knows what they're doing.
That was conference last year for PlayStation.
Yeah, I didn't go to the Sony one last year, but something that already had a press conference.
Yeah.
Google Stadia.
Yeah.
Just on Thursday, we've talked about it. It's different than what I thought because you still have to buy games, and yet you still have to have a subscription. I just don't know. This doesn't fit in. We've talked about cloud gaming being the future, but I didn't think it was going to be like this, right? Because you have something like Xbox Gamer Pass, and then what's the one on PlayStation called?
PS Plus.
PS Plus.
Or PS Now.
Or PS Now. That's a system where it's like they've got a bunch of old games. Not old, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not brand new.
Sure, yeah.
But they're big titles, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And you download them, and then you can play them. And it's not cloud gaming by any means, but it's like the intermediate step between that with the subscription, and then you want to play that. And so I thought the next step was going to be like, okay, you subscribe for this amount, and then you can play a bunch of stuff. They're saying that
Netflix.
Yeah, they're saying that their library is actually not going to be very big, and they're going to focus mainly on being able to sell these games that you've already played, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right?
Destiny.
So Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'm sure they're not going to sell it for the full $60 price, but it'll be like, I don't know, $30 or something like that. But you're still purchasing it as you already have
on top of your subscription. Yeah, it turned out this is what's happening is you're essentially leasing a console that Google owns that you tap into. You're leasing it month after month, but you're still buying the games. It's not a subscription service for the games. It's a subscription service for the delivery device that you can play the games on, which is shocking. And it makes me nervous. Is this what Microsoft's thinking?
I don't think so. Not with the way,
is this what Sony's getting involved in? Is this what Amazon wants to do? Like, oh boy, this is not what I thought it was.
No.
Yeah, apparently it's going to eat up 1 terabyte of data in 3 days if you're running it at 4K.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
That's like what you get a month. That's like what you get a month out of your internet provider.
Yeah, if you don't have unlimited internet, good luck.
Good night.
Good luck playing this for 1 day. This all sounds fine. Like, it sounds like it could be fun. I mean, you can get the normal version of it for free. There's a free access to it. You still got to purchase the games and all that stuff. And the subscription, like the subscription service is just whatever for me. Like, I don't think I really would need it. But man, for me, like, if you have a console, what do you even need this for? I don't know.
I do not see the point.
I don't see
who are they and
how this is going to compete.
Who are they targeting too?
Yeah,
I don't know. Someone who doesn't want a console, I would assume.
Maybe.
Like I said, I do believe this is the future of gaming, but not in this structure, right? Because so right now the Google Stadia Founders Edition is $130, which includes a Chromecast Ultra. And then it also includes one controller. You have to buy another one for $69 if you want an extra one. And then it includes 3 months of the subscription to the Stadia Pro, whatever, that is usually $9.99 a month. And if I'm correct, isn't
Destiny 2
that's
a part of it as well?
Is it?
Yeah.
But I mean, Destiny 2 is going free to play anyways.
Yeah. So what a joke.
But I think it's the new expansion.
Yeah.
That will go out of it.
So. Yeah. Xbox Gamer Pass is $9.99 a month, right? And then their library is pretty big. Like it's not like
ever growing.
It's not like brand new games, but they have
sometimes
AAA.
It is.
Yeah, sometimes
it is. Like Forza came right to Game Pass.
Yeah, which I think Microsoft's future in cloud gaming is going to do. They're going to take they can't make all the third party people do it.
Yeah,
but they'll do all their first party stuff on there.
Yeah,
and be like, all right. We're gonna have this game's debuting on whatever. You can buy it separately if you want, if you don't have a subscription, but you can play it on the subscription service.
Microsoft has the chance to just bring the hammer at E3 when they talk about xCloud and say, no, this is what it is. If it's this, if it's like you're gonna, because they want you to be able to play on anything. That's the rumors of like Game Pass coming to Switch. You know what I mean? Like you already have Switch, so it's like you're not. The subscription is for the games.
Yeah, So this is just. They said, what is it? Is this coming out November 2019? No exact release date, but they're gonna release it in November, sometime in November.
Boy,
this is tough, man.
It's like they're tiptoeing into this. They're tiptoeing into the gaming industry,
it's not gonna work.
Terrible strategy.
It's not gonna work.
You're gonna get kicked to the wayside. You got to come in hot if you're gonna try to take a piece of the pie, especially when the OGs are teaming up.
Though. Yeah, and I just don't know what they could do to even get like a whiff of the consumer to be like, oh, maybe this is something that I should consider. Because right now, like, I have no incentive at all to be investing into this.
No,
not one little bit.
Well, you have,
and I don't want to knock. Like, it sounds like a cool service.
It just sounds like
I don't want to knock it. It's just
I think it's the first step.
The tech's just not there yet.
Yeah, it's the first step. I mean, look, there's a free version, right? The basic one that you don't have any access to any games, but you can buy games through the store. I mean, literally, I think this is like
that's not a service though. That's just it. Like
I think
what is Steam?
Just another Steam?
What is Steam?
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you can play without a console or whatever. So
but you still gotta have something. So I get it's just like Steam on a Google Chromecast is like that's the idea.
It is, free but thing. It's like if you don't have to buy like a console, right? So this really would only appeal to someone that does not own a console, maybe cannot afford a console. You know what I mean?
It's like they're targeting gamers who don't play games.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. It's so strange. They're reaching out for gamers that are like, you're not a hardcore gamer. Like, but you're not even a gamer. Like, you don't play games? Yeah, you can get ours.
Or they don't want to, they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay for like a console. They don't want to put down the $400 for the console, right? And then they want to play a game. This would be the way to go, but I just don't know how big of an audience that is, right?
Because that's what I'm so confused about.
Most gamers, like real gamers that are playing games, they'll fork over the $400 for the console because they know they're going to play.
And even at baseline, if you want to just get an Xbox or if you want to do Games Pass, Game Pass, right? So you got to get an Xbox. Get the basic Xbox One,
which is super cheap,
$200. Yeah. So like you're gonna spend $8 a month, anyways. It's gonna pay for itself, right? But now you're getting everything and more. You're actually
your library is a lot bigger,
and you're not just paying for the service to play the games. You have that. It's done. Now you're getting, you're paying for Games Pass where you're actually getting a library of games.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about also the internet issue.
I tested mine because they had a test on there that you could check.
Yeah.
I couldn't get 4K from my internet.
I have They have the 720p if you have 10 megabits per second, 20 megabits per second, you get 1080p at 60 frames.
Get out of town.
35 megabits. My problem is like sometimes and it's not like all the time, but sometimes when I'm at home and I'm watching like Netflix or Hulu or something like that, the resolution drops, and I'm like stuttering. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But at least that's like, you're watching something, you can like pause it, whatever.
Go get a snack.
If you're playing a game, I mean, you talk about like gamer rage.
Yeah. Oh.
Like,
if I'm in the middle of a match, I'm playing Caboose in Mortal Kombat, and my game just freezes, and then he just rips my spine out of my body, I will rage quit.
Yeah. I mean, I'd make you rage quit regardless.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. That goes without saying. But for the sake of the example, let's pretend I'm really good.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I do believe in the future of cloud gaming. I think this is it's like I believe in the future of VR, and only when the Oculus Quest came out do I be like, okay, that's the thing that's going to get the mainstream people into it.
Yeah.
Where Stadia is not it. This is not going to get mainstream people into gaming.
And the fact that it doesn't look great now, wait until after Sunday. Yes. I think it's going to look even worse once we see what Microsoft's plans are.
Because I think Microsoft is going to go through a two-prong approach. They're going to be like, oh, you can buy the console, and then once you buy the console, you can subscribe to Gamer Pass, and then, they'll probably have some sort of cloud computing, gaming.
Yeah, and they're like,
they have this understanding already of how this kind of stuff would work, whereas Google's way too new to this landscape specifically. And like I appreciate what they're trying to do here. I get it, but there's just so many other options that are already available. I don't have to wait till November to have something available to me on PC, like a free service for me to go to buy my games from. I have 2 of those right now that are available on my PC. I don't have to wait till November for that. Yeah. And I can run the games as high as they can go so long as my PC can withstand it.
Right. So I guess it's like if your internet capability is better than your PC capability. That's what the benefit for you is. Well, like if you don't have a great PC but you have like baller internet for some reason, then I guess maybe it'll run better.
I think that's the cloud. I think that's the conundrum, right? It's like well, you're not interested in getting a console, but you have enough money for like super good internet, right? Because most likely you have super good internet, you can buy the console, right? This is something. Let's see what Microsoft does on Sunday and see where they land on this. If they even show any cloud gaming, or I think they will.
They'll be there.
They will. They're going to show something.
They'll be there for sure.
I mean, they already have like with Gamer Pass, like, when you download games, it's like you don't have to finish downloading; you can start playing right away. So,
no, they're definitely talking about xCloud for sure.
Right,
we will be getting details on that for sure.
This one's like a non-story story. Rocksteady won't be showing a new game at E3, which a lot of rumors were like, hey, they're going to show the next Batman Arkham game there, which is interesting because I think we got invitations to Warner Brothers Interactive thing for a big game.
What is that?
And we're like, is this whatever
Harry Potter?
Well, if there is going to be anything Batman Arkham, it wouldn't be from Rocksteady anyways. It would probably be from WB Montreal.
Montreal.
Okay.
Yeah. They had the rumored like Court of Owls game.
Yeah. Okay. That's what they and honestly at this point I'd say it's like all but confirmed that they're making that because there's been a point where they've tweeted a shirt of them wearing the Court of Owls logo, like, hey, we're working on Redacted.
So coy.
So So, like, for sure, I think 99.9% sure they're working on a Batman Arkham game right now, or just a Batman game.
Yeah, is it going to be in the vein of the Arkham series, or do you think
it'll probably have that combat and that sort of style? But I don't know if it'll be specifically like Batman Arkham.
Because they work on Arkham Origins?
But okay, yes.
And that's not in the trilogy of the Arkham Asylum games, but
it's still canon. But it's not from Rocksteady.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but look at this.
There we go.
So, WB Games Montreal new DC Comics game unlikely to be revealed at E3. Because the Montreal game director, Jeff Eleanor, tweeted out, waiting for Godzilla movie to start in Montreal, which for concerned parties is in a theater, not an airplane, in case you need to know in some way. Smiley face with sunglasses. Basically saying he is not on his way to E3.
Not yet. Caboose is still not on his way.
That's true.
It's true.
But
they could be on the same plane.
But I mean,
tomorrow.
Good way to keep up hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to take another year off. It looks like. I think though, if you're asking me, next year's the year.
Okay, so what is this game then? Is this the Harry Potter game?
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
I'm a Harry Potter
That
fan.
leaked a long time ago.
Yeah. A long time ago.
And there hasn't been a word since, so I could see that happening. I could see that also being something that they revealed during the Xbox conference as just another one of those multi-platform games. Yeah. So that very much could be a possibility.
I had a really good idea about that Harry Potter game too.
Yeah, but mark my words, next year we either hear from Rocksteady or we hear about this Batman game. Mark my words, it's happening next year.
All right.
We'll see. No.
Hope so.
We mentioned this before. Destiny 2 moves to releasing a new free-to-play model.
Yeah.
They want to transition from a first-person shooter to an action MMO. With a free-to-play model called New Light. So
all the stuff that they've announced for Destiny 2 sounds really, really promising. Now that the shackles are off, now that Bungie has the publishing rights to Destiny, and they even threw shade at Activision when they did their little live stream.
Yeah, they did.
One of the things that they had mentioned. So the biggest problem with why I didn't end up getting Destiny 2 on PC, because I really wanted to, for the fact that I can change my FOV and all that stuff, was that I couldn't do a cross save. I couldn't take all the work that I had on my Destiny 2 character on Xbox and bring that over to PC. And supposedly that was priority number one. They wanted to do that from the get-go, but they were denied that right off the bat by
Activision.
So this sounds really promising. The future of Destiny could be in a really good position now that Bungie is like, well, no one can tell us no. Like, we make the decision on whether or not we get to do this thing. And what's so crazy about cross save in general was immediately they got the approval from Xbox. They were going to be allowed to do it. And one day before their live stream unveiling all their new stuff that's going to be coming later this year, and the free-to-play announcement and everything, one day before then, they tried to convince PlayStation to allow it, and PlayStation said yes. So cross-save is coming to both of those consoles, which I think is awesome. That is such a cool thing. I'm probably going to end up getting Destiny 2 on the PC now, although the only thing that I would also wish for is maybe cross-platform play as well.
Yeah.
But until then, it looks like I might move over to PC. I might give that a shot, just because maybe if I have the opportunity to just transfer over my character, try it out, and then bring him back to Xbox or something, I could do that. But yeah, this all sounds great. The free-to-play stuff is really awesome. If you're someone who has no idea about Destiny, you kind of want to jump into it and see what it's all about. But the only reason you weren't was because there was 1,000,001 paid expansions. Now there is a free-to-play version of the game where you can get a ton of access to the content that's already available there, and you can get caught up. And if you are to the point where you're like, you know what, okay, I think I am a high enough level, I'm going to purchase the next expansion and catch up and get some new friends or something, or maybe just if you have an old friend who has the game, you can go ahead and jump onto their fire team and do a raid with them or something like that. So I think this is awesome, and this can only mean good things now that they don't got to worry about Activision, and that dark cloud hanging over their heads anymore.
Yeah. I was looking at this randomly. IGN has another poll out. Which game are you most excited to see during EA Play? Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, 80%.
I'm shocked it's that low, to be honest.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it's not 98%.
Yeah.
With 2% of people are like, oh, Sims 4? Cool.
Yeah. Sims 4 has 3.2.
Yeah, see?
FIFA. Then, I mean, there's some people who are just sports fans. Madden.
Yeah,
Madden, NFL 20. It's like, have you not seen in Madden enough?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Need to see it. Like,
no. Are you kidding
just
me?
wait till the
Star
game
Wars?
comes out.
They could literally...
I need my new Madden
They could
game.
literally be like, oh, hey, Madden 2020's out. And then people are like, all right, cool. And they go get it. They don't need to see anything about it.
They literally don't even need to market it. Just
Nope.
be like, hey, you like football?
It's out. Here's the new cover athlete. Go get it. Dum-dums.
Yeah.
And you're not dumb if you like the game. I play Madden. I love it. But we're kind of dumb.
Well, the pricing on that is just...
Like MLB The Show, I get it every year. I'm like, what? What am I doing?
You're like, I want that.
It's the same thing.
You're like,
I didn't get this year's, but then last week we're like, ooh, Days of Play, it's only $20. I'm like, ooh, $20.
Mm-hmm.
I can get the new MLB and do the same thing I've been doing for 8 years.
Oh boy. Friggin' sports games.
I know. They know that us dumb jocks are gonna just be like, yeah. Sweet. It's got new players.
I think that's it. You guys have any other stories or things you want to talk about in the gaming world, or specifically to E3 2019?
I'm excited.
That's it.
I'm so excited.
This is going to be a fun year. I got into a little debate with someone on Twitter because they were mentioning stuff about like, and this was a little while back when the Death Stranding reveal had happened, when they'd shown that new trailer. They were saying stuff like, oh, look at this comparison between how many retweets Death Stranding is getting versus this countdown to E3. And it's like and the main point was E3 is nothing without PlayStation. It's like, I'm sorry, but you could not be more wrong. San Diego Comic-Con is just as big if Marvel and DC don't show up, both of them. You know, if they both just skipped out, still going to be sold out in 2 minutes. You know, still going to be a ton of people attending. Same case with E3. Doesn't matter if PlayStation's not showing up. Sure, they have a big presence. Sure, they bring the thunder each and every year. But if they're not there, people aren't going to be like, nah, I'm out of there. You know, most people are still just going to go because it's brand new games that you won't be able to play for a couple of months that you can try out exclusively at the expo. That's why people are going. It used to be an industry only thing, and now it's open to the public. And with that, people come in droves. Doesn't matter what. So, well, my point is that I'm just excited for video games. And it doesn't matter if PlayStation's there or not. I just want to see brand new games.
Yeah, as long as PlayStation games are there, like the actual games, like Sony doesn't have to be there as long as there's like games that other third-party studios are making.
And even last year, like I said this last week, like their conference last year, it was stuff that they didn't even need to sell me on.
I already had years of PlayStation's conferences have been the same.
I already had Spider-Man pre-ordered, so like that was their like tentpole game. I'm like, all right, great, I'm in already. Like I've been in, and then Last of Us 2, like I'm getting it no matter what. I don't even need another trailer. I'm getting it. You know, Death Stranding, I'm intrigued.
I don't know what's going on.
What's happening? So the fact that like, of course, I'm sad they're not going to be there because they gave us like an awesome moment in 2016 with God of War.
I was hoping they'd be there if there was
some. If they don't have anything heavy, like if they don't have anything that's really worth going. Yeah, it's fine.
Why should they? Yeah, and why would that take away from the show?
Doesn't mean E3 is going to be any less hype. It's going to be hype when they do the fusion dance at the Microsoft conference.
And I mean, at the end of the day, like they got Avengers at E3.
That's all I wanted.
To talk what you want, but what is probably going to end up being the #1 grossing movie of all time?
Yeah.
That franchise has a game coming out.
Oh boy.
Okay. Just think about it. You know, Marvel's got an Avengers game, AAA, from Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, that's been in development for years now, with the ambition to be a games as a service, Destiny-like style game. That's going to be massive. Doesn't matter if PlayStation is going to show up or not. That's going to be
hyped again.
Huge.
It's getting me hyped again. I feel like you're Captain America when we're. I shouldn't say any spoilers, but when they're like, "Oh, he's really good at this," when they get hyped up, that's you. You're Captain America. and I'm Rocket, and he's Ant-Man, and we're just like, oh, wow, he's good, yeah.
That's what I can do.
So yeah, that's it for our kind of E3 preview. Obviously, we didn't cover every single game coming out there.
It's going to be hard to do that during the actual show as well.
So pay attention. We'll still have our podcast next week, but we'll have coverage on our YouTube channel of the different games and games that we get to play or at least see while we're there. And actually going to start tomorrow with EA Play.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Caboose, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CabooseEK, and keep it locked to the Collider Games channel. We got a lot of awesome content coming your way for E3.
And Tony?
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at IamTonyRevis. And if you're going to be watching the streams, the conference streams online, I'm also going to be live streaming on my other channel. So if you don't want to just watch by yourself, you want to watch and be in the chat or whatever, I'm going to be live streaming it with screen peekers.
Okay.
Spelled like this. Cool. So if you want to watch it there, we'll be live on Twitch and watching it, so you can hang out with us, have some fun.
Well, I think I'm going in person for the Microsoft and the Bethesda one, but I think just you and Dorian are going to the Square Enix one. Yeah. On Monday. So I'm gonna be sitting here watching.
I'm gonna need to like either rush back to the office with you guys or whatever we're gonna do, so we can get some content made for that, because it's gonna be hype.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hype.
Yeah. All right. Until next time, guys. We'll see you guys later.